So, I overheard a very, very interesting story the other day about persuasion and about negotiation and about concealing your weaknesses. This is, I want to say it's kind of like espionage, or it feels like espionage school 101. Here's basically what I heard, or here's what happened. Let me just grab some water. So, there was a woman, a pregnant woman, who needed to get a deal signed. It was a big ass deal. I think it was worth tens of millions of dollars, and as such, the client or customer or the counterpart didn't want to sign the deal. Excuse me, with anyone. And so, knowing that she was pregnant, they probably would have said no, because what's the downside, in air quotes? There is no downside, but really, what are the perceived downsides with a pregnant woman? Once she gives birth, she needs to take care of the child, was essentially their thinking. I don't think so. I think giving birth is a beautiful thing, and it should be encouraged more. Anyway, let's get to the point here. So she was pregnant, and she knew that they would say no if they saw her pregnant belly, because then they think, oh, for fuck's sake, she's going to be out for 6 months or whatever. And so she dressed up wearing a coat, like to cloak her pregnant belly, and she made sure to look them in the eyes. For those who can't see, I'm looking right into the camera. She will look them in the eyes all the time so that their gaze wouldn't wander down to where her belly was, so that they could accidentally spot her being with a child. She signed the deal. She got the deal. I think the meeting endured for about two hours or so. And then the day after that, she gave birth to her child. Brilliantly played. And very, 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 very efficient in terms of persuasion as well, because there's plenty of lessons that apply. Just think about it. If you know you have a weakness, if you know you have any sort of impediment, if you know that they're going to say no because you display this quality or feature or some such, then do your best to conceal it if you can. Now, I don't recommend lying. I don't recommend being dishonest, but there is something about sort of like being slick and smooth, right? And in my opinion, I think she played it brilliantly. I mean, if you're on the other side and you don't want to give a deal to a pregnant woman, then you should take a look at yourself. It's kind of like, I'm not going to hire you because you're pregnant. Come on, that's just ridiculous. Now, I could understand materialistically, short-term thinking, why you would say that, because it means that the woman in question will be out of the workforce for 6 to 9 months or maybe a year or something. And yeah, that sucks hiring-wise, but still, anyway. I'll end this video with another funny little story, namely how a group of white-collar crime suspects were busted. So, excuse me. Oh yeah, nothing happened. So, a group of men were doing like this white-collar crime planning in some office way up probably on the top floor or some building. Nobody had access to that room, of course, because they were plotting something illegal. No phones were allowed, obviously, and like I said, access was barred. Only the participants who were going to do the crime could commit or could participate in the meetings. Excuse me. Absolutely nobody else could enter except the cleaning lady. And it turned out that the cleaning lady actually, because, she was pushing this trolley with cups and glasses and plates and other stuff, probably cutlery as well, that people would use to eat, and probably some cleaning equipment. And in one of those cups or beneath one of those plates or whatever, she'd hidden a recorder. at the request of the police or the FBI or the local authorities. And so she managed, or rather they managed, by the help of the cleaning lady, to record everything that was being plotted. Every illegal thing that these guys were plotting, which just proves my point. Persuasion wise, if you can conceal your flaw, then you can get far, even if it means doing espionage. And take whatever lessons you can from this and use it to persuade more and to make more sales and increase your business. And if you want to learn more, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.